What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading, and we are back. We are back with another daily trade review, starting the month of September off green, but starting it off almost the same way we finished August. Not really firing on all cylinders. Took a few trades today, more like a lot of trades today, and just based on my performance, I don't think that I was performing quite as well as I should have been. So we are going to go straight on into TRADERVUE this morning, or this evening, I guess it is, and take a look, see what we were doing. Go over, look at the video, take a look at some of these trades. We won't review all of them because we took a bunch of them, but let's go ahead. Let's get TRADERVUE pulled up. And we are reviewing trades for Thursday, September 1st. We took a whopping 18 trades today with a closed P&L of $68.41. Let me get over here. That is what our graph looked like today. First trade, halfway decent. Everything after that was just what in the heezy. And then we finally got it back green again. But look at these trades. Look at these trades. And let's take a peek at a few of them. We'll take a peek at this first one. Take a peek at this one. NTNX. This was actually a halfway decent trade. Took it off of the 1 minute. 2 minute wasn't going to show you much. 2 minute not showing much, but when you look at it on the 1 minute, decent entry, stop down here. We just couldn't get enough out of it. Couldn't get enough out of it. Ended up pulling back. Almost was like, I'm going to bring my stop to break even. But this right here was the tail. When this thing got past about this point right here, this one was done because it's pulled back over half of the move. So I really should have been getting out about right there. Should have been getting out. But we do see this, it kind of curled back up. Might have set a slight high, or I should say a slight high that was higher than this one. But I went back and I looked at this one. That still would not have hit target. That would have been maybe $10 short of target. So that was our first trade right there. And what's another one that we could look at? This one. We'll look at this one and then we'll go to the video. This one here. Don't think it was really going to show much on here, but look at what we left on the table. We did get target though. We got target out of it. This one came awfully close to stopping us out. This was $5 away from stopping us out. Had a 50-cent stop. It came 3 cents from stopping us out. So we made out decent. This one I kind of moved the stop because the stop was a little past 2R. I moved it up to 2R and then it immediately tagged it. Probably could have made another 150 bucks off of this before it started pulling back up. So that one was a good one to look at. And we'll go ahead and jump right on in. I got this mic right in my line of sight today. But let's go ahead. Let's get the video pulled up. Let's get moving. And I actually have gone through and made some bookmarks on this video. I'm using VLC player today instead of the one that's built into Windows. So let's see. We pretty much have it set right where we want it at. Again, on this one, 2 minute wasn't really showing nothing. We were getting in on the 1 minute off of this candle right here. That's where our stop was set based on. And we see this candle almost came down below it. If it would have broke that candle, and technically by it breaking these, by it breaking those right there, that kind of technically made this trade a little invalid. And it had decent volume on it too. If it just would have been a quick pop down with low volume, that was a little different. But we see on the 2 minute, that candle is still fairly strong. And again, we're going to get in at 9:39 in some seconds. So this candle is not going to close and finish. But we go ahead, we start scrolling through. Google was not a stock that was on the watch list, but it was on the gap scanner. And I was just kind of scrolling through, seeing what was out there. So I'm going to go ahead, scroll on up. HPCO. This was not a trade in the main account. That's why you don't see it on TRADERVUE. This one I took in my cash account, and I saw it halted, so I wanted to flip over. I had only bought 20 shares. I was risking $10 on the trade. Now you see, you don't see any info because I'm flipping back over to my margin account. But that was that one. Go ahead, show another one here real quick. This was a trade that I didn't take, but I was looking for a 2 minute buy setup. I was looking for this to come back to about the 9 moving average. If you look over at the 1 minute, Jared Wesley did a lecture yesterday talking about aggressive entries. Taking this off this 1 minute right here with this very shallow pullback would have been a very aggressive entry because it's a shallow retracement. Then we come over, we look at OKTA. It's another one that we didn't trade, but we missed the 5 minute 5 minute sell setup. So when they go into the bottom, it's considered a sell setup and not a buy setup. Entry right there, stop right there. This thing is probably already up almost 2R. Probably already up 2R in that move right there. And we missed it. We saw it kind of forming on the 2 minute chart, but by the time I flipped over, 5 minute had already triggered and 2 minute wasn't showing nothing. So that's how you can see different entries based on different charts. And people ask, like, why do you have all those charts? Because the 2 minute can show you one thing and the 5 minute can show you one thing. On the 2 minute, I don't really see that entry unless you're getting in like maybe right here. But on the 5, it's clear as day. Get in right there. First area of concern is going to be right there. We see it blazed right through it. It's probably got maybe just at 2R out of that trade looking at it. So that there was a decent trade. And then I'm going to go back. We're going to see this was NTNX trade. We see that we were up about $100 on this trade at its max. Again, I said this yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4 huge green candles. This thing is due for some type of pullback. It's due for some type of pullback. I can either sit through the pullback, or if I'm up like that right there, possibly just go ahead and take that profit. Like I say, we were up $100, but I was actually going to sit through this. I was going to sit through this pullback to try to get target out of it. It just failed. This thing just failed and never did do what it needed to do. But we were up. What was that? Maybe 1.1 R or something like that. But let's go ahead, take a look at our first NVDA trade. This one we got smoked on, just got blazed up. And we got blazed up because it was not a good entry. One of the things I thought about yesterday after doing my review was, one, I said I wasn't taking no more trades. This is usually the type of scalp trades that I take. Buying a new low of the day and kind of riding it down. Well, I took a few of those trades today, but I took them on full size. And one of them was OKTA, which we'll review later on. But this one here, bad trade. I put the stop up here. So gave it quite a bit of room, but just got smoked on this one. It was due for a pullback on the 5. The 1 looking like a little breakout, but it's extended. Look how far it is away from the 9 moving average. So that was a little extended, or actually that's the VWAP on this chart. A little extended from the VWAP. And this thing just came right back up. Look, we down 60 bucks. Boom, that quick. As quick as we was in it, as quick as we got stopped out. Bad entry, bad entry, bad entry. So now we go back and we look, we see that NTNX has stopped us out because we had moved our stop. Once we saw that this was like just failing, we ended up getting out of it and was looking for another entry on it and never did get it. So we come back over, we're looking at NVDA. We will take another trade on this one in about a minute. So we'll kind of look at it, see. It's no real entries. Don't see any real entry points on this thing to be taking it. We are getting that pullback though, back up to the 9 moving average. But that's still not really a reason to be getting in this trade. Let's see if we can speed it up one time. And we'll speed it up one more time. Yeah, still don't see no clear pattern. 2-minute candle, if we was using that as our pullback, it hadn't finished. So that's not a good entry. Not feeling that entry at all. At all. But we come over, look at the 1 minute. It's not a clean pullback though. We did get it's a decent pullback on here, but it's not a clean pullback. Had we took the entry off of the 1, we'd be up just about an R right now though. Let's see what this thing does to us. Yeah, we'd be up 1 R. We'd be up 1 R on the just off of that 1 minute. Move the stop, comes back, tags us break even because we getting a little jittery, like nah. And the markets was kind of doing the same. So now we come over, we look at Chewy. Let's see, what time are we gonna get in Chewy? Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this over to our third NVDA trade real quick. Try to get all the NVDAs batched together. Help me out when I do my TRADERVUE shares here. So this one here, it's a decent pullback here now. So that's a decent little pullback. Let's check it out. Got 100 shares. So we got a 75-cent stop on this one. Gonna be getting in as it breaks that. Alexa, set thermostat to 76.
The AC is set to 76.
Then we come over here and we look at Chewy. Chewy, this is one of those ones. This is just getting in off low of the day. I really need to wait on the pullbacks. I need to wait on the pullbacks. Because this was not a good trade. And we didn't share size up on this one either. 100 shares, that's a $20 risk. Right there. Boom. $20 risk. So we were not share sized appropriately. Let's speed this one up. It does start going in our favor though, but again, like I said, we were not share sized appropriately. Scroll back over, we look at NVDA and it's moving now. Like I said, this is still a little, it's almost, you can call this like range trading because you don't know if it's going to break this area. So that's really, that there is really where target needs to be. You see, I just moved to stop and just basically get out of it, and it's still running. Look at it. It's still running. Should have just been, I could have put my target right there. And here I am trying to get back in it again, knowing that this right here is going to act as a little area. And now you see I'm trying to get out of it because I'm like, why the heck would you get in it when it's coming up on support? It's coming up on support. Now I'm like, oh, snaps. You look over here on the 1 minute. What's that W? That's a perfect W. Boom, boom, boom. The next move is for this to go back up because it didn't break this area. Should have waited till it broke that area, came back, and then retested it. So now I'm just sitting in this trade like, okay, come down so that I can get out of this thing. Just come down a little bit so I can get out of this trade because we know that it was not a good trade. And like I say, we continued to get smoked on NVDA until later on in the morning. Speed this up a little bit. It's finally going in our direction. Now we do see that it's set that new low, but yeah, we were just getting smoked. We're up about $50. And that was the other thing with these NVDA trades. Most of these trades were going right at about $50 and then pulling back, and I was either moving the stop to break even and getting stopped out. Cause you see here, I'm trying to get that stop back to break even because it's bouncing back against me. So we just wasn't getting the follow through. And that's because these weren't really good trades to be taken off of the 2 minute chart. And we can see them. They giving pullbacks more than 50%. Yeah, just even you look at the 5, no clear places to enter on the 5. So now we come over here to OKTA. We don't take a trade on this one. But let's go back real quick. Let's look at, let's see, have we looked at that one? Yeah, we looked at that one already. All right, so this was another one. This was one that I caught a hair late, and I want y'all to see the difference in like 10 seconds. I saw this thing right there, that 2 minute candle. And one thing that I said I might start doing is instead of trying to hurry up and get my bracket set, is if I know how many shares I need to get, just put my shares in, get them, and then I could change this to OCO and then come back and set my OCO bracket, because this had enough room to the 50 to get 1R out of it. But that's 2R already. This thing has already hit target. And I'm like, I just missed this trade. And that's all I really need is enough room to get 1R to where if it kind of starts going against me, I can get my stop up and get out at break even. But this thing has already gone. Let me back that up real quick. See if I can see what that candle was. No, get over the right candle, man. Why are you over that big candle? I was trying to see what this candle here was, because this is clearly 2R, easy 2R. But we missed quite a few trades like that today. But let's go ahead, take a peek at our fourth NVDA trade. And 17, this one we get blazed. This one we get blazed on. Looking at the 5, it's late. Our stop is where the entry should have been at, because this one gave us a little tiny breakdown, kind of consolidated over. Yeah, we just got blazed on this one. You see it even here. The stop is right where that breakdown is at. So we got in late. Got in late on this one. Let's see what it does. Does it ever go in our favor? Nope, we down 21. Keep scrolling. And so I kind of went back and looked at this one, so we'll blaze through that one real quick. Had my tabs a little out of order. So we come back over looking at in, and so I should have been getting out right there. When it gave me that opportunity and it was back to break even, that's when I should have been getting out. Because I could look at this now. And that's the thing. That's one of the good things by going back looking at these videos. I can see my, like, the errors in my way. But it's after the fact now. This here is about to come back up and slap us, because our stop should have been like way up here and we should have been getting in right there. I think I somewhat mentioned something about that yesterday in the video. This was TRQ. This one just never really gave no entries. It was on the watch list this morning. Now I'm just kind of scrolling through because the watch list wasn't really showing anything. So just kind of scrolling through. Johnson & Johnson. I took a peek at this one as it was breaking previous high day. But look right there. You see the 50 moving average is right above it. And got some pretty solid candles just running. ABBV. This is another one that looked good, but I don't know why I didn't really pay that one no mind. And then I come up on Walmart. Yep, we're about to get in Walmart. Walmart over here, the 1 minute is kind of holding support on previous high of day, but watch what I do, y'all. Watch what I do. And again, like I said, if I don't have time to set these brackets, I need to just start putting my share size in, getting in the trade, and I can come back and do my OCO. Did y'all catch what I just did there? Let me bring this back. So look at this trade. I'm wanting to go long. And I come in and I put my order on this side of the active trader ladder, putting in a short order. Look at that. So then I look at this, didn't pay no mind to the colors, but I'm wondering why my stop is way. I'm like, why is my stop down so far? But that's technically the target. That's technically the target down there. And I still hadn't paid it no mind. Like, dude, you just literally got in this trade backwards. Even when I'm moving the stop right there, it's still, because you see, I set it to 75 because I'm thinking, okay, I need to set it at my stop for 75. It still hadn't clicked to me. And now it's clicking. Like, you in this thing short, but it's in the money. So I'm like, okay, at least it gave me a little bit of time, but I still needed to, should have just brought that stop to break even. Let me hit this a couple of times. There we go. So this thing is still going to the long side. So I really should have just gotten out for that $20 gain. What did we make on this one? We made $11 off of it, but I should have just been getting out for that $20 that it was up, because that wasn't where I wanted to be on the trade. And you see how far that stop was way up there. So it's easy, just grab it over there, drag it down. And now I'm like, yeah, I saved myself. I caught a break, and you're going to see just how big of a break I caught. And this thing easily could have turned against me a whole lot sooner than it did. Let's see. See, I'm just trying to tighten that stop up at this point. Try to make as much as I can, knowing we were just trying to take this the long way. And come up, look at the 10. That was a decent little candle, little inside candle there. Stop down there. So again, I should have been getting out right there. But I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe I had the wrong idea to begin with. Maybe I had the wrong idea to begin with, and now I'm about to make some money just on a hum. And I'm like, nope. Tighten it up. Get out this thing. So stops us out. Look at all of the charts. Everything is still showing that this is going higher. See, I'm coming up here to the 5 to get my numbers now. So 36 cents, 40 cents is still a good stop. But I need to be getting in. I'm already a little late. See, there it go. And now I'm chasing it. So I just basically gave the market 2 cents by bringing that up there, by not getting in. But watch what this thing does. Speed it up a little bit. Look at it. There it goes. There it goes. So you see how quick that thing could have easily turned against me by me being in the trade the wrong way. So really should have been kind of getting out of it. But as long as I had that stop on the good side, I guess you could say no harm, no foul. But that could have been a costly little error right there. And here, I don't know why I was kind of chasing this so quickly. Comes back down, tags us, actually catch slippage, and make a couple of bucks. I think I made like $3 on that trade. So that was the Walmart trade. Let's go ahead and look at OKTA. And again, like I said, these are the trades that I was taking late in the morning, just using $10 $10 stops on this one. So I said I wasn't going to take these trades no more. But I guess I should have said I'm not going to take them with a $10 risk, because we still taking them, but we took it with full share size. And you'll see basically how I trade these when I'm trading it on a $10 risk. As soon as it goes in my direction, stop is tight. As soon as it goes in the direction, the stop is tight. Stop is tight all the way down. And now I'm just chasing as it drops. And you see, I had 30 cent stop with a $2 target. So the target was way out of pocket. But I'm just basically chasing this down. As it goes like every 25, I was moving it down. So it comes back, stops us out, quick 50 bucks. Those are the trades that I take when you see those little $10 gains. I'm just getting in for the break. When it breaks, I'm just chasing it with my stop. So that was OKTA. Let's go ahead and take a peek at HPQ. Did I go too far? Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Yep, there we go. And we're already in this one. The entry was getting in off of this right here. Look at the 5. 5 is decent. Giving the stop a little extra wiggle room. Really could have came in with a little tighter stop off the 2-minute. 10-minute is showing a decent chart with room back down to the lower day. So everything is looking good on this one. This was just a slow mover. I'm gonna speed this on up. We see it's slowly working. Were we share sized right? 25. We should have had 300 shares. So actually, nope, we got the right amount of shares, 300. So we were share sized, right? And let's see. Gonna take a trade here. I'm gonna just scroll this on up through here. Kind of missed, and I won't even say it because there's no real entries. We need a pullback on both of these charts. But this thing just grinded down all morning. So come back over, look at HQ. It's just not really doing that. And did you look at the number of buyers compared to what the sellers were? The buyers had gotten back in this thing. I didn't catch that when I was trading, but the buyers are in this thing. And they push it right back up to 9 moving average. Sellers kind of get back in, but if you looked at that, you saw 69. So the buyers still had decent numbers on this one. And it's a little tug of war. You see the sellers is up on this side. So this one was a tug of war. This was one that didn't have a clear winner in it. It was pretty much an even battle, and that's what this is showing by it not really moving. Look at all of the volume right up in there, all of that heavy price volume. So this thing, we end up just letting it do what it do. Look how much we're down on NVDA right now. And then we get in a trade. This is not the stock to be getting in low of the days. If you ever look at the ones that I get in on a low of a day, it's just a steady drop. It's just a steady drop. It's not pullback, drop, pullback, drop. It's just a slow, steady drop. So this was not one to get in down here and we get smoked. Just like the first one that we took this morning and got blazed. Look at that. So we went from being down $100 to losing a full R on this trade. Needed to been getting in on the pullback, but guess what we're going to do? We're going to turn right back around and jump in it. We turn right back around and we jump in this thing, and then look what we go do. Watch where the stop is at. Come on, man. What are you doing? That's not how you trade. And this is the one that almost stopped us out. That's the pullback. So now the stop could be brought back up. Hold on. Wrong stop. Let's get back over there. Where is... There we go. That's the pullback. So the stop could be brought to right there now. Now you see we back in the money. So basically I moved the stop up to get it out of the way, but I shouldn't be doing that. But that's where the stop should be at. That was going to be entry. And now it's a good trade. Now if it comes back up and stops us out, this was going to be a decent, you can look at it as a decent entry. And now I've changed the one over here to a 30-minute chart. And you see right there once it broke it. So now you see I'm putting the stop basically, like I said, where it should be at. And now I'm just going to tighten it up. So definitely not an orthodox way of trading on this one. Not an orthodox way. Once that came right there, the stop was good right there. But yeah, this was a afflicted trade. Let's go ahead and speed it on up, because once this thing goes, it goes. Look at it. I'm gonna back it up one more time. Look where I had to stop at 210. Dang, they could have just left it sitting there, because it literally blazed all the way down. But I move it to where it's supposed to be, and then it slaps it, and then it just keeps on going. And I'm like, dude, what did you just do? Why did you get out of that trade? And then here we're back in Chewy. Got in here. We put the stop up on the top side. So that was a decent entry there. And we basically make 20 bucks off of this trade. And you see, we finally then got back green on it. And I try to put it right there. So if it comes back up, stops me out, I'll be green on the stock. And we just getting some wicked slippage lately on Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim has just been given wicked slippage. Wicked slippage lately. But we'll go ahead and let that one stop us out, and then we're going to be done. We only had one more trade that we had took, which was Walmart, and we'll actually wrap that right there. So that was our morning. That was the morning. I can actually say that probably was a C plus, maybe a C minus kind of day. We did not perform as well as we wanted to, especially coming into the first of a month. But finishing green, that's good, but definitely left some room for improvement tomorrow. I need to be a little bit more sharp and crisp on my entries. Need to be paying a little bit more attention to the thumbnail watch list when the market is open, looking for those little key little nuances to hurry up and get that chart, that stock on the big screen, so that I can look at all of the charts and get the big picture. Because like I said, the 2 minute might not be showing the best pattern, but that 5 minute might be showing the one that I want to see. That 1 minute chart in the first 5 minutes might be showing that pattern that I want to see. So that's what I take from today and the last couple of days, is just be quicker to get stocks that look like they're moving over to the big screen, so that we can get all of the so that when you get a good look at all of the charts. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna wrap this one up. I hope y'all enjoyed the recap. If you did, please, please, please subscribe. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, definitely hit that like button. Definitely hit that like button. It would greatly help me out. And we're gonna wrap this one up. A little long today. A little long today. But hope y'all enjoyed it, and we will be back in the market again tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace.